Esquire magazine created a list of top 50 sci-fi books of all time. Let's judge their choices, part 4. Whenever anybody asks me for an example of when do I think a film did a better job than a book, I usually say this one. Not because this is a bad book, but just because the film was so phenomenal. The movie does take a lot of liberties with the storyline, but the premise is basically the same, that there are no longer children being born in the world. And fun fact, the book actually takes place in 2021. Now, James really delves into the consequences of that reality and just how not having a future generation to live for really affects the human race. There were some moments when I thought the pacing of the book was a little bit uneven, but overall, I thought it was actually really good. It is very sad though, 7.8 out of 10. I have never read a book that could be accurately summed up as Art Deco until I read this book. This is an alternate history in which talking films never developed, and also life exists on every planet in the solar system. It centers on a family of famous filmmakers, specifically a daughter who travels to Venus to make a documentary and then never returns. Now, this book is clever because it feels like you're watching a movie as you read it. It's kind of got this mixed media aspect to it. But I don't know if it's the 34th best science fiction book I've ever read. 6.8 out of 10. This will come as a surprise to many people, but this book is in fact about Mars. Specifically, it's about the terraforming of Mars. Now, if you like your science fiction heavy on the science, then this is probably up your alley. It is the first in a trilogy, and in my opinion, the best of the trilogy. 8 out of 10. LA Times described China Miéville as the love child of Philip K. Dick and Raymond Chandler, who was raised by Kafka. And that seems accurate to me. This book is about a murder that takes place in a city that is simultaneously occupied by another city that nobody's allowed to talk about. There's also a mysterious third city that you can't acknowledge. Read this if you're in the mood for something trippy. 7.6 out of 10. If this book had been number 1, I would have been okay with that. It's basically the Canterbury Tales but set in space. There's an alien made of knives and a guy is strapped to a tree and there's a baby. And also Keats, the poet. It's really good. 9.7 out of 10. Read it.